Hello, everyone. Good day, good afternoon, good morn. Forgive my voice itcher today. We've been screaming a lot. Oh shit. How is everybody? Hello. Always a good time. Before we get to emails in the podcast, we're gonna start off with some catch up, and I'll tell you guys all about horror nights and all of that. Yeah. Happy Sunday. Oh, there's some questions you guys have already put in the chat before we even started. Epic. What are the questions you use when you do the 3-card spread? I know you've answered this before, but I can't remember which live it was. Sorry. No worries. We talked about it in my class too. My general 3-card reading is one of two things. It's either just like beginning, middle, and end of a sentence, or it's the one that I typically use for myself is what is the message? Why is that the message? How do I handle it? So what, why, and how are another way that I do my 3 cards. So Diane, I did email this question in, but since I finally made it to a live, I'll ask here too. Do you read reversals? Yeah, that's another one that I answer all the time. I read reversals. Yeah, I'm just not reading reversals this year. At the start of the year, I flipped all of my cards upward because I wanted to get back to the basics and the simplicity of what the cards mean. And in my opinion, reversals are a wonderful tool. It's another fun way of looking at them, but it's not necessary. It's not required for you to read reversals. So I do. I'm just not reading reversals this year because sometimes reversals can be a double negative, or it can just it can overcomplicate some things sometimes. So I don't focus on reversals a lot. They are wonderful tools, but I don't think it's necessary. Every card is in like its own neutrality, and there's a positive and negative to every card. So I just don't focus on it. So next year I'm going to start fucking with reversals again. But as of January this year, I decided to flip them all upward. Isis, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I wonder. Yeah. Great. Well, welcome everybody. Good afternoon, good day. Again, please forgive my voice. This is going to be really fun for podcasting and making content today. So yeah, we're going to get to the emails and things after we catch up. Thank you guys for being here, spending some time. I hope you enjoy the podcast as we record. And don't forget to stick around afterwards as well for the after party if you guys have any questions. I think it gives a little spooky, my raspy, fucked up voice. I'll take it. I will take it. Anywho, I'm ready if you guys are. I just got to pull up my emails here so we can get started. Ready when I am. Awesome. Very good. Isis, that's amazing. All right, there's all that. Okay, cool, great. Lord. Your photo on my phone screen for inspiration. Me? Like a photo of me? Flattered. What photo did you use? I'm like worried now. Is it me or is it cards? I hope it's cards. Because I say you should use your, I think you should, you know, take your daily card and make it your phone background. So if you're doing that, good. My God. All right. We're going to record a podcast, my friends. I'm very excited. Once again, don't forget to stick around after for the after party. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the audio cutting in and out on you guys. I have no idea. It's maybe your app or whatever. I can't control it. Yeah. Sorry. But that's why we record this. That's why we record the podcast. So, oh, Lord. Aw, it's a photo of me. That makes me feel weird, but I'm flattered. Super flattered. Thank you for that. All right. Let's record a podcast, my friends, and I'll fill you guys in on all of this and horror nights and what's happening and everything. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's fucking do it. Oh, the horror nights photo. Oh my God, I love that. Thanks. Hey, what's up? I'm Madam and welcome back to another episode of Modern Magical Meddling. We are live on YouTube, and my voice is shot to fucking hell. Why do I sound like this? Please bear with me for the duration of this episode and all of that. I will try to be more mindful of my vocalness, my throat wellness going into the next episode. But I've been at Halloween Horror Nights all weekend, and we're going back tonight, and we have tickets for the duration of the event, and we're going to be going a lot. So and on our way out last night, Dustin and I were on our way to the car, and we were talking about, remember last year we had Frequent Fear, and we were going so often that we like took a week off. We like took a week or two off from going because we were in like horror nights overload and like burning the candle at both ends and stuff like that. So yeah, whenever we go to horror nights, we don't get home until like 3 o'clock. Like the moment that we sit down and sit on the couch and look at our phones, be like, God, fuck, what time is it? Like it's 3 a.m. So yeah, last night we passed out on the couch, and then I woke him up and I was like, let's go to bed. And then got to get up in the morning, take care of the dogs, the whole thing. So it's so worth it though. We're having so much fun. Clearly I sound like this because I've been screaming my fucking face off. And I have no chill. I have no chill with it. Dustin likes to put me in front for the houses. So So I get the scares first, but I'm easily excitable, you know. I think that's a genuine fucking reaction is when someone jump scares you, when someone jumps out at you and there's strobe lights and noise and loudness and they look horrifying, you scream, you know. So doing a lot of screaming. It's a lot of fucking fun. We've been having a great fucking time. Last year we just kind of enjoyed the houses and stuff and stood around and looked around and went live, and we will be going live from the parks from Halloween Horror Nights and stuff like that, obviously throughout the event, which runs until Halloween. So from now for the next 2 months, basically, from all of September, all of October, Wednesday through Sundays, I intend to be there as often as I can, unless I just don't feel like it, or if I want to take a break from it or something, and which I'm sure will happen. But so yeah, I kind of wanted to catch you guys up on it and how much fun it is, and some of my thoughts on some of the houses. There are 10 houses this year, and one, two, like 4 scare zones, I think. The theme this year is this guy, Dr. Oddfellow, who runs a carnival of curiosities. And there are, if you've seen any of the photos that I posted in my story on Instagram or on my profile, it's all of this zodiac stuff, all of this like zodiac sign, tarot card stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, excuse me. It's like, oh my God, this is for me. You know, this is for me. This is my time. I'm here. I've arrived, you know. So fun. So but yeah, he's got his little booth set up in the front and his cane, and he's got his little carnival cart and everything. And the scare zones are the story of how he became immortal and everything. There's a vampire 1969 area that's all very groovy and fun, which is really fun because yeah, it's like my theme this year. I love it. Like last year it was Jack the Clown, who is a major Horror Nights icon, and they've had chants and everything like that. So, but this year, Dr. Oddfellow apparently is not a huge fan of Jack the Clown because Jack hid out. The lore, I guess, I haven't looked too much into it, but from what I understand, Jack the Clown, you know, murdered a bunch of people and then like hid out at Dr. Oddfellow's carnival and then like framed Dr. Oddfellow or something, or they didn't get along and tried to kill Dr. Oddfellow and shit like that. So now this year it's very spooky zodiacs and stuff like that. And he's like, do you want to live forever? Like, do you want to be immortal? Do you want to have power forever? And if you stand in front of his stage area and he's roaming around and walking, he comes up there and does his little skit, his little show thing where they play zodiac, like they play like Sagittarius. This is the traits of it and this is what it means. And he looks around and he's like, why would you want to be bound in this cage of a predetermined destiny based on the time and date that you were born? Like low key, fuck that, you know? So and he asked people in the crowd their signs and everything, and I'm sitting there with my giant hat, you know, and he just points at me and he's like, you, and he walks down from the stage and he's like, still as any earth sign. And I was like, oh, I wish. And he's like, what is your sign? And I was like, Pisces. And he went, ooh. And I was like, I know, right? And he goes, well, your waters keep you still and give you magic and potency. And he's like, but I wonder, water sign, why are you so thirsty? And I was just like, that was sexy. Like, what the fuck? And then he was like, because he thirsts for power, and then like walks away and does someone else. And I was like, you pegged me as an earth sign, bitch. That's so funny. But yeah, it was hilarious and it's so fun. And he like, yeah, so it's so cool the interactions they have with it and everything. There's a horde of Megans, you know, Megan the doll, the movie. There's a horde of them that do like a flash mob number periodically throughout the park. The scare zones are really fun. I guess the scare zones are like Dr. Oddfellow's story of how he came to be who he is and all of that. So it's very fun. So the houses that we've done between the first 2 nights, we've done 6 houses. The event starts at 6:30 and goes until about 2 a.m., 1 or 2 a.m. every night that it's open. And I don't rope drop fucking nothing. I don't rope drop nothing. I don't like rope dropping. I don't like the crowd rush of things. Bitch, I am in no hurry. We have tickets for 2 months, the whole fucking event. I am in no hurry. So I go live with you guys, right? Like on Friday and Saturdays, the lives are at 7, and then I'm done at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then we run right over there. So we get there at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we stay until close. So that's like 4 hours, you know? And in 4 hours, I get a couple drinks, get a good buzz, and we do some houses, and Dustin walks around and hides his perlers for people to find. And the first night we were there, we were about to go through security, and Dustin was like, let me go pee really quick before we go in. And I was like, yeah, word, fine. And I'm standing there on my phone waiting for him. And someone goes, that guy looks like Madam Adam. And I was like, I am Madam Adam. And she was like, oh shit, no way. So like already, like not even in the park, but like at security, someone recognized me. And then in the park, someone recognized me, and I brought with me a bunch of tarot cards to give out free readings and stuff like that. So throughout people recognizing me or just chit-chatting with people at the bar, you know, people are like, oh, I love your outfit. Oh, I love your tattoos. And, you know, oh, where'd you get your shirt? You know what I'm saying? You just kind of have conversations with people at the bar. And while you're standing there in line and waiting, you know, if people aren't fucking shitty or antisocial or whatever, that you have a little conversations. And in those conversations, I've been like, hey, are you into tarot? Like, do you want a reading? Like, I've got cards with me and blah, blah, blah. So, and it's the perfect setting. So I've given out like 6 or 8 free reads between the past 2 nights, and people recognize me and taking photos and stuff. So it's been so much fun. So in 4 hours each night that we've gone, the first 2 nights, we've done 6 houses, 3 one night, 3 the next night. I've done some readings. Dustin has hit some perlers. We walk around, we do scare zones. It's fucking awesome. It is so much fun. And we are thriving because we have express passes for the whole event as well. So we don't wait the 2 hours for things. The longest that we've waited for something was the Chucky house, which was the first one that we did, which I'll give you guys my brief review of these really quickly in a second. But yeah, there are 4 or 5 scare zones, and there are 10 haunted houses or haunted mazes, whatever you want to call them. They take the studios behind Universal Studios and they turn them into houses. So yeah, so it's the first one we did was Chucky, because as you guys know, I'm a big Chucky fan. I've got my Chucky tattoo, and that was the longest that we waited. The standard line was about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we waited about 40. The express pass cuts your time in half, basically. So if a queue is 45 minutes, cut that in half. 30 minutes, cut that in half. So we waited about 45 minutes for Chucky. And I would say, as a big fan of the series, and people were leaving the line because they were like, it's not even based on the original. And I'm like, you're not even in there. You don't fucking know. You don't even know what it is. So joke's on them, because it was based on the original movies. They had one scene snippets of each of the original movies. They had like a Tiffany that was like in the bathtub with the TV. And I was like, ooh, perfect. Bride of Chucky. They had the eyeball thing from the second or third one, all kinds of stuff. So, but I would say the Chucky house was fun, not scary, fun. Dustin and I are like, are we desensitized to this now? Do we just not get scared as easily as we used to? I mean, Dustin works at entertainment at theme parks, so he kind of knows that's a guy in a costume kind of energy, but like, I don't know, like we both kept our eyes open the whole time for all of the houses that we've done. And some of them were scarier than others, but Chucky was not disappointing, but I wish it was better. It's hard to be afraid of an animatronic doll. You know what I'm saying? In Halloween Horror Nights, the kills, the scenes of the kills are really scary and like really gory and really gross. But yeah, Chucky, the house was fun. We're going to wait to do that one again until it's not as busy and we don't have to wait as long for it. That's the mindset that we're in now with that one. We're like, that's too long to wait for that house. I love you, Chucky, but no, you know. So it was fun, but it wasn't scary. Then we did the Universal Monsters house, which they always have a monsters house. Last year it was the Wolfman, the Mummy, and Dracula in Egypt. So now this year it's faces, like masks and faces. So it's the Catacombs of Paris, and it's the Phantom of the Opera, Jekyll and Hyde, the Invisible Man, and Quasimodo. So people with like fucked up faces, you know? So, and that one was pretty fucking good. Dustin went first, and I don't think he's going to anymore because I can't trust him. He like bolted in front of me, and I didn't know where to go. And I got lost for a second in the Invisible Man area. And I was like, wait, where do I go? What the fuck? And he like bolted in front of me and like grabbed onto a stranger because he was scared. So, but that one was really cool, really pretty. Very spooky ooky. The prosthetics, the face work is really well done. Yeah, masked monsters. That one was really, really cool. And then after that one, we did The Exorcist Believer, which that's the only one so far that we've done twice. I love that house. There are parts of it that it's clear that they took set pieces from last year's Michael Myers Halloween house. There's like a staircase that has like a light door shadow effect thing, that it's clear that they took that whole set from the Halloween house. Because it's inside of a house, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy to like repurpose things, and I get that. So, but the Exorcist one, it's good. It's pretty good. It's fun. They've got the girls in the middle of the room. Someone's trying to exorcise them, and they're like looking at you, and you know, rah, 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 shit like that. It's fucking awesome. That one was really cool. That's the one that we've done twice so far. So I really, really liked that one. So for night one, we did Chucky, Monsters, and The Exorcist. Dustin liked the Monsters the most. I liked The Exorcist the most. And then last night, we intended to do Stranger Things, which we got to, and I'll get there later. But we started with there's a Yeti house, Yeti campground or whatever. And bitch, I don't go camping, and now I know why. Now I know why. That Yeti house was fucking horrifying. That one scared the bejesus out of me. So far, that's my favorite one. It is not people, it's a monster, you know? And like they get you from the moment you come in. The moment you come into the little campground area, you see like a dead body on the floor, and you're like, oh shit, what happened to that guy? And you're looking to your left, and then from your right comes a Yeti. And I'm like, oh fuck, like that one got me. That's why my voice sounds like this. There's another part where there looks like a stuffed bear, you know, like a taxidermy bear that's just kind of at the end of a hallway, and it's just chilling. And I'm like, okay, we get to breathe for a second. And then the fucking bear moved. And then it moved. It was a guy in a suit, and he was like, rah, rah, rah. We were like, what the fuck? Like, and we have to like turn a corner and like go right in front of him. So that Yeti house, dope. Nasty, great scares. It's a forest, so you don't like know where to look, you know? And it's that one was great. Then there's one called Blood Moon Dark Offering or something. And that one was all just like people that were like in a cult that are like sacrificing stuff or whatever. And that one is really pretty. That one is really pretty, visually stunning, but it's all people like popping out at you like, you're next. We're going to take you. You're the sacrifice. You're the sacrifice. And there's someone at the top of a bell tower ringing a bell. You know, and I went, look up there, and I pointed, and they heard me, and they looked down at me, and they pointed at me, and they did this. The whole like finger across the throat thing. And I was like, oh shit, okay, like my bad, girl. Like so that one was great. Very cool. The scenery of the sacrificing was really gross and really fun and really cool. So those ones are great. The original houses are always so much fun. Yeah, they were like, we're gonna sacrifice you. And I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, that one was really fun. And then we closed the night out with doing Stranger Things. And it's Stranger Things 4. So it's the whole Vecna thing, the whole Chrissy wake up, the whole, you know, Kate Bush, all of that. And you're walking through the season, basically. You're walking through the season. You start out going into Eddie's trailer, and Chrissy's floating, and you hear him go, Chrissy, wake up, the whole thing. And And then when you get in there, she's just like like on the ceiling. So that's pretty gross. Um, I might have just been drunk, but it wasn't really that scary to me. It was pretty. It was cool. It was cool looking, but it wasn't really that scary. Vecna's all over the place. There are so many Vecnas and jump scares of like people being like, get out of here, you know, Eddie being taken over by a demi-bat and stuff like that. There is one part that me and Dustin were like, huh, you know, and it's the character Dustin and Eddie on top of the thing fighting off demobats, but like they're in a room that's got like a screen where it looks like demobats are flying all over the place, and they're just like, obviously they're pretending to hit them and screaming like, come on, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like they're in the middle of the battle in that scene, but like nothing's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just a screen. And of course it's Horror Nights, and you're slowly like in a line walking through these things, you know, you're just kind of walking through. So so that one was fun. I liked it. I thought it was fun. We're going to do it again though, because we missed some things, and I heard there was some stuff that I didn't see, and I was like, I must not have been looking. But yeah, no, when you're in the Upside Down, it looks really fucking cool, and all the Vecnas are really cool looking, but I wasn't scared like at all. I was just like, oh, word, this is cool. Oh yeah, that's that scene. Oh, that's that scene. So I really wasn't scared like at all. And then before we left, I was like, let's do The Exorcist again. And he was like, oh my God, really? And I was like, yes, let's do it again. And so yeah, The Exorcist is a good one to me. Better than some of the others. And I'm really excited for the movie. And yes, I did hear they moved the release date up because of Taylor Swift's concert movie, but like, who is going to compete with Taylor? So yeah, so tonight we have 4 more to do. We have Dr. Oddfellow's Origins house, the Darkest Deal house, the Last of Us house, which I hope is scary. People are like, oh my God, it's so perfect, I cried. And I'm like, well, you're a fan of the franchise. You're a fan. It's like me liking the Chucky house. People are like, oh, I didn't like it, it wasn't scary. But I liked it. I agree that it wasn't that scary, but as a fan of the franchise, I was like, oh, this is cute. I love this. So yeah, I feel like the Last of Us house depends on if you like the IP. Stranger Things, same thing. And then they have one called Dueling Dragons, which is based on a ride that used to be at Islands of Adventure that they replaced with the Hagrid roller coaster. And you got to pick which track you do, if you're on the fire coaster or the ice coaster. And Dueling Dragons, the house, has 2 paths. You can either take the fire path or the ice path. So they want you to come back and do it multiple times. So we only get express 1 time each night for rides and houses. So we're going to have to do one day and one another day because Madam Adam's not waiting. So yeah, so those are the ones we're looking at tonight. And I would say just a couple of tips and things to remember. Like the thing with Horror Nights, if you ever go to a Halloween Horror Nights, it's sometimes the house doesn't feel scary because you're off of what me and Dustin called the rhythm. There's a rhythm, you know, of you like getting scared, of people jumping out at you. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever been to Horror Nights and you're watching the person in front of you get scared, they get it, you don't get scared. You know what I'm saying? Or you're like hearing something happen behind you, and it's like the person behind you is getting jump scared. There's a rhythm, you know? So I have kind of figured out how to slow down our movement through the house so that we can be on the rhythm of getting the scares. You know what I'm saying? And I think that for Chucky, we just weren't on the rhythm. I think that for Stranger Things, we were kind of like just off beat of the rhythm in some parts. Towards the end, we got scared pretty good. Yeti, bitch, we were on the fucking rhythm in Yeti. Oh my God. It was like they were scaring us, like for us. They were like, Adam and Dustin's coming. They're not, but it felt that way. You know what I'm saying? So there is a kind of rhythm to being scared in these houses. And if you're just like, I just don't understand the point. Like if you're going to hide and duck and cover and then just like grip the person in front of you and move through it because you're scared, that's great. But like, you know, you want to be scared, but if you're just going to like move through it really quickly, what is the point? And I get it. Like hundreds of people are waiting. You don't want to, they used to do like 10 people at a time and then make a gap and 10 people and gap. But now that it's so big and huge, they can't do that. And they're like, keep moving, please. Keep moving, please. Keep moving. Last year, they were fucking lying to people and being like, it's scarier if you stay together. Bitch, where? It is scarier if you're alone, you know? So me and Dustin try to, because he always puts me in front for the initial stuff. He's like, take Adam, you know? So I'm always the first one to hit the scares, and he's scared, more scared than I am always. And I like love it. And I like want to be up front. I want to be scared. I want to scream. I want to like, oh shit. Like I want that. So yeah, there is a rhythm to being scared at these things. And if you can just kind of try to, when you go into a house, look around. Like the people are not going to get mad at you. The people working aren't going to get mad at you for looking around. Like you're supposed to be. And if you find yourself looking at something and you're like, what is that? The scare is probably coming from the other side, you know, and that's what makes it fun. We were walking through a scare zone that's a jungle, and we noticed that there were eyes in the trees above us. So we were looking at the eyes, and they turned from green to red, and we were like, oh shit. And then someone just shook like a shaky maraca thing, like really close to our faces, and we jumped out of our skin. And I was like, I can't trust anybody here. Fuck, you know, like that's the fun of it, you know, is that if you look around, you're distracted from where the scare is coming from. But there is a rhythm, and if you can kind of like try to keep a slow 6 feet away from the person in front of you, then like you're more likely to catch the rhythm of the scare. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it. It's a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So whenever we get out of the house for Yeti, I was like, babe, we were on the rhythm for that one. Like we hit every fucking scare. And for Chucky, I felt like we were kind of just off the rhythm. Monsters, we were pretty on the rhythm. So so that's my take so far for Horror Nights. We've been having a great time. If you plan on going to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, look for me. I'll probably be there. I'm doing free readings. Someone messaged me and was like, what's the password? And I was like, there's no password. Just, I'm going to talk to you and be like, hey, do you want to read? You know what I'm saying? So really, really fun. What else did I want to tell you guys about today? I'm working with an artist about our Madam Adam Mavens merch. I did want to address something that I got a bunch of emails about and messages about me running a contest for people to submit artwork for the Madam Adam logo and for merch and stuff like that. Something was vastly misunderstood. I suggested that people give me kind of finalized designs or close to finalized designs of things because I'm not an artist and I don't have time to look through portfolios and like try to envision what you could do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if you're a professional artist and you just want to submit a portfolio, that's great. I love that. But I don't have time to really, you know, look through a portfolio and go, hey, I want to hire you. Let's see what you do. And then have to tweak it and make it and all of that. So Shell, I believe I've decided on one that I love. I'm talking to an artist and collaborating with them. I'm always open to receiving anything that anyone wants to send me. I do plan on making a post and sharing a lot of the stuff that people have sent just to be like, hey, thank you, look at this. And giving some artists some credit to, and, you know, get you some traction on your stuff. But there were some allegations made that I was using a cute little contest for corporate bullshit or for capitalist bullshit and trying to take advantage of artists and wanting people to do free work for me. And I don't think those people kind of understood what my goal was or what this was for. Madam Adam Maven merch is supposed to be made by fans for fans. And I don't want to fuck with it. I want them to go to whoever the artist is, you know, and get it from them and all of that. So I got a lot of email and some, I guess, backlash, I guess, which is why I deleted the post. I was like, it doesn't matter. I found people that want to make art for me, that get it, that understand what this is, and that aren't just putting some things together on Canva, which is a lot of what I've been receiving. And it's no tea, no shade, but like I could do that myself. You know, I could have Dustin do that. So, but I appreciate all the submissions, and I just wanted to make it clear that like I'm paying the artist that I'm working with quite a bit of money, in my opinion, and um, I'm collaborating with them so they boost their business. You know, I'm not hurting for it. I'm not hurting for money. I just wanted to celebrate this community, and I wasn't trying to take advantage of an artist community for the sake of capitalism. Like that's not what I was doing. I was trying to, you know, see if anyone was interested that was a fan that wanted to contribute to this in a way that was just out of sheer love. And you know, like people draw me fan art all the time. It's on my Instagram, on my profile there. People have drawn fan art for me, and it's like, am I supposed to like pay every single person that does a doodle for me? Like, I don't think so. I think it's just, you know, hey, I love you, here's something that I drew for you as a thank you. And I think that's lovely, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, people trying to rain on the parade a little bit. Yeah, so right, the artist, and I also think that it's between me and the artist. You know what I mean? It's between me and them. And this person is a longtime follower, and they moderate, like they are participatory in this. They are a maven. You know what I mean? Like they're a maven. So I really really appreciate it. And I deleted the post because I did find someone that did something fucking perfect that I really love. And also because like people were tagging other artists and being like, look at this bullshit. Look at this capitalist nonsense. People were tagging me in comments and being like, don't submit art to official Madam Adam, this cute little contest disguise. Like I'm some big fucking business. Like I'm a one person operation. You know what I mean? Like I'm a one person operation. All of this shit is just me. No one else. Dustin has set up my website for me, but I run it. I like tweak it and fix it and move things around now. He's busy. He has his own life, you know? So it just really made me question myself and be like, oh no, did I do something wrong? But like, I know I didn't. I was just misunderstood. And as I always tell you guys, I don't have to explain a version of me that people are making up in their head. I don't have to defend something that I didn't say or that I didn't do, you know? And they're like, if he's only going to pick one person, don't submit final shit. You know, if only one person is getting paid, don't submit final things. And I'm like, okay, you're not and then I looked and that person doesn't even follow me. And I'm like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not taking advantage of anybody. I'm trying to see if there's a genuine interest or if any mavens are artists. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so yeah, I do have someone. I did pick something. And I'm working on it, and I'm hoping that we will get something out in time for October, in time for the spooky season, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'm very excited. This artist is very talented. They do great, cute, fucking spooky work that I really enjoy and endorse. So I'll keep you guys posted about that. The last thing before emails, the Face of Horror contest starts this coming week. Tuesday is the first day for voting. I'm going to be making a post about it on my Instagram and all over my socials and pinning it. So the Face of Horror contest that I've been talking to you guys about for since last week or so, I think, that kicks off this coming week on the 5th. I believe voting starts at 10 a.m. Pacific. So I think that's 1 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, look for that. Very excited. Anyway, we've got emails to get to, my friends. Thank you so much for writing in. Oh, speaking of emails, let me just make another blanket kind of disclaimer statement. I have received a couple of emails or messages from people that are like, I wrote into the podcast, but you didn't read it. When am I going to get my reading? I really need your help. I'm going to message you here. And I'm like, hi, hello. Let me just make something clear. If you write into the podcast, you are in consideration for a reading. Again, I am a one person thing. There's no like team of people that are going through the emails and determining what's a good email, what's a bad email, what's a good question, what's not good question, what's good radio. Like that's not how this works. If you write in, you're in my email and I'm going to scroll at random through them. I have emails as far back as fucking July. So I haven't got to some of them, you know, just because you write in doesn't mean that I'm going to get to you that week. The idea is I want you to listen. listen to the podcast and see if and when I get to yours. But it's not, you know what I mean? It's not personal if I don't get to your email. I'm not ignoring you. There's hundreds of them, you know? So try to be understanding. And it's kind of like 10 minutes of madness. I'm not skipping you. It's just there's a lot of people, you know, and I want to be as helpful as I can, but I'm offering a free service, and like there's a lot of people that are attracted to that and they want to try to get a reading in and stuff like that. So there's just been 5 or 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 people that have written to me on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that that are like, "Hey, I messaged you. When are you going to get to it?" And I'm like, you misunderstand. You didn't pay me for anything, so I don't owe you anything. This is a, hey, if you want to write in and I get to it, I get to it. Again, I'm one person. You know what I mean? So let's try to understand that. I love you guys writing in. I hope you continue to. It gives me more emails to answer and stuff like that. And I really do want to help. And I also hope that someone else's message might speak to you as well. You know, that someone else's email might be beneficial to you. So no tea, no shade. I'm not trying to be a cunt, but like, it's, you know, like I'm one person, and between posting, going live, having private clients, trying to enjoy my life, trying to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like there are times where I don't have dinner until really late because I'm on live doing readings, you know, I'm on live working. So there are times where I like don't eat, you know, for a while. So I just don't think it's fair to like bombard me with, hey, I wrote in, when are you going to get to it? Like there's no guarantee I will. Like, so try to understand that like, it's just, you're on my list. If I get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I hope you still listen, and I hope you still enjoy the content. I hope that your engagement with my content isn't just because you want something out of me. I hope that it's that you just enjoy what I do and what I put out, you know? So I'm sorry. I just wanted to, you know, blankets that. I apologize if that was misunderstood anywhere, that if writing in guaranteed you a reading, like, no, it's a consideration thing. Like I'll get to it if it's, you know, on my random scroll, you know? So I hope I didn't mislead anyone or make anyone feel like, you know, writing in guarantees you a reading. Like the only way you guarantee anything from me is if you pay for it. If you pay for a reading during lives, if you book a private session, if you book a cameo, that I'm getting to. And those things supersede this shit. This happens once a week, and I get hundreds of them like a week. So, you know what I mean? So like the things people are paying for are going to supersede the free shit. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense and you guys understand what I'm saying. Okay, let's get to emails. Anyway. All right, let's see. This one is from someone called Sendy. It says, I would absolutely love a complete reading if you think the cards are aligned, good or bad. Okay, so again, a complete reading is going to be a private session. This is just a quick, like, little advice thing. Concerns are my health, my husband's health. I don't do medical. Finances, sure. Relocation, selling and downsizing homes, family connection. Also wondering if my child who passed is at peace. Thank you for your consideration. So, Sendy, this is all stuff that we would do during a private session. That's not, I don't think that's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like to ask for, like, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's asking a lot of a reader. I'm going to pull a general spread for you. A complete reading, quote unquote, is going to be a private session with me where we can really dive into these things. You can tell me more about them. You can elaborate on them further. I don't do health. I don't do medical. Medical readings are not ethical, in my opinion, unless you are a medical professional that can add tarot to your practice. That's one thing. If you're a lawyer that pulls cards, do legal readings. That's fine. But yeah, I don't do medical. I don't do legal. That's a lot of questions for a general thing, but let's see what I've got for you. This was far back in August, but yeah, let's just see what the general vibe is for you today. We're using Threads of Fate's Weaver Tarot, which I'm affiliated with Threads of Fate. So head to their website if you would like to see some of their stuff. Use code Madam Adam for 10% off. Yeah, I've got 4 of Cups energy for you, Sendy. It looks like we're putting some other things ahead of ourselves. All these things you're concerned with. What about you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want? How do you feel? It feels to me like we're basing a lot of our decisions and what we do on external factors and not on what we want. It sounds to me like you might be the type of person that is like, oh, if I don't do it, no one will. And it's like, oh, you need to take more time for yourself. And it's like, I can't. And it's like, that's bullshit. You always have a choice. It's up to you to decide. So, let's see, selling and downsizing homes. Yeah, this is all a lot. Like that's a lot of stuff for a quick little write-in thing, more than a paragraph can do. So I would just say, like, if you want to talk about some of this stuff, book a private session with me so that we can really dive into it. But yeah, Four of Cups energy, you seem to be putting some other emotions ahead of your own emotions and not letting yourself process things properly. Knight of Wands energy, things are going to happen with a quickness for you. So finances, relocation, selling and downsizing homes and things like that, like life moves really fast for you right now, it seems. And we need to try to be in the moment and process this grief attached to losing a child. And I'm so sorry for your loss and my full condolences to you. And also, yeah, Nine of Cups energy. My whole spread here for you is about you needing to fucking chill. You need to chill. You need to back off. My concerns are my health, my husband's health, finances, relocation, selling and downsizing homes, family connection, being at peace with my child, like all these, like, bitch, like calm down, relax. I understand that this is your reality, but the cards I have for you are about things moving with a quickness and you reacting and not choosing. So you need to pause, take a breath, feel the feelings, let them well up inside you, have the release that you need to have so that you can deal with all of these concerns and things one at a time as they come your way, you know? So yeah, before anyone can help you with the read, you're going to need to help yourself a little bit and look in on your emotional truths. Nine of Cups energy, nine, not night, Nine of Cups energy, alone time that you spent focusing on your emotional truths and understanding where you began and how you feel and what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you process some feelings, my friend. It looks like we're looking for answers to questions that you might not fully understand, or they're not really questions people can answer for you right now, because I'm not with the way this is worded and everything going on for you. I feel like getting a read for you would just kind of be a treating of a symptom and not the problem. It would make you feel good for now and like not, I don't think you would take it in fully. I think you would only take it in skin deep and not like all the way in, you know? So you're putting some other stuff ahead of you emotionally. You're not processing, I don't think. Things are moving really quickly for you. But yeah, a complete reading is going to be a personal private session. So we can talk about some things and you can explain things to me and like what happened and why it happened and how you feel and all of that. So that's a lot of stuff. But yeah, the gist of it is we're putting some, it sounds like we're being guilty of playing victim in some places. And I understand things happen and, you know, it's happening around you and it feels personal, but things are moving really fast. And I fear that you're reacting to everything and not choosing for yourself. So you need some alone time so that you can process and understand. And, I hope that makes sense and like gives you something to think about. But I would try to pull back a little bit, try to see the big picture and realize that you are not the culmination of these things. You know, if you're worried about your health, talk to a doctor. If you're worried about your finances and things like that, talk to an accountant. Homes, a realtor, family connection, a therapist. If you're, you know, wondering if your child who's passed is at peace, like that's, you know, that's between you and your deity. But it sounds to me like you're just really, really hard on yourself and you're carrying a lot of things. So I would pull back a little bit. We need an emotional release somewhere, my friend. But thank you so much for writing in. Again, if you're interested, I would book a private session with me so we can dive into this stuff further and we can understand some things. Okay. Let's see. Next, I have Carolyn. Hello, Madam Adam. First off, thank you for being you and shining your light into the world. You have truly inspired me to go for things, specifically starting and releasing my podcast called Sacred Health with Carolyn. I love that. Very cool. Hearing you discuss your journey of starting your tarot business really encouraged me to just go for this, since it has been on my heart for almost a year. And I just kept putting it off because I was scared. I've been going through a big spiritual awakening in 2023. My mindset has been expanding And I've been learning to do self-reflection to work through things, process uncomfortable emotions, shadow work, quote unquote, etc. I would love a general reading. There are a lot of different topics I could recommend, but I'm open to hearing whatever the cards have to say. Carolyn, perfect. Very good. I love this, the work you've been doing on you. And congratulations on your podcast. That's fucking awesome. Congratulations, Queen. Very cool. Let's see what I've got here. Yeah, Page of Swords, energy for you. We need to make sure that we're evolving verbally as well, that we're not saying the same shit that we've been saying, that we kind of have new mantras, new things. Yeah, look at you and your High Priestess energy. The High Priestess is symbolically what it means to read tarot. So you're doing the work and it's showing. You're cutting off old things. You're creating new habits, new mentalities, new mental habits. That's fab. Yeah. And then, yeah, judgment. Absolutely. You are to focus on what's true, my friend. Let's not attribute ignorance to what is, let's not attribute malice to what is ignorance. You know what I mean? Like, let's just focus on what's true, what makes sense, what's logical. Everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants a successful podcast. Everybody wants to expand and grow, and they want their shadow work journey to be fast and productive, and to make some moves and to show them some things and for them to have progress. Everybody wants this shit, but everyone's idea of it is different. You know, everyone's idea of truth and success and abundance is different. So try to remember that. But yeah, you cut off some things and you're in your High Priestess mode. You're in your spiritual understanding of things. So judgment, don't be so judgmental of yourself. Don't judge other people too harshly. You don't know their truths. You don't know. So try to be present, try to be in the moment, and take your time with this. It's slow and steady. I mean, that's how I got to where I am. It's just the slow and steady of it all, you know? So proud of you though. I think this is wonderful. Expanding, learning, self-reflection. My only thing with that is consistency. Make sure you're sticking with it. My only rule for quote unquote shadow work is consistency, that you stick with it. So daily practices that you can use towards that. So make sure that you're and you know, adding that to your practice. But all this looks really lovely. You got some truth coming out. You should be learning a lot of truths in this process about what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Yeah, you're diving in, babe. You're diving in and you're learning the truth, and it's taking the patience and stillness required to dive into our subconscious self. So I like it. Cut off some stuff. That's what you've been doing. You're in your High Priestess mode, and we're learning some truths in the process. That's fantastic. Good on you, babe. And again, that was Sacred Health with Carolyn. Feel free to check that out. I love that. The podcast. All right, next. I have, let's see. Dear Madam, I've recently found you on Instagram, and I've been looking for some helpful, authentic tarot reading advice. I remember you saying something about using tarot to look within and using these cards to guide your own actions, be a success in progress. I also love how your tarot readings seemed like a loving slap in the face, and bloody hell is what I need. I am studying online with 2 kids, and I've been doing really well, but recently I effed it up and failed a subject. I lost my mojo and my passion and picked up some bad study habits, namely drinking too much wine and hardcore procrastinating. And now I don't know what to do. Why can't I just morph into some organized, well-disciplined student? I'm 37, for fuck's sake. I know I will keep going, but do you have any advice? Thanks for your authentic, love slappy, real tarot readings. Kind regards, Holly in Australia. Well, you sound a lot like me, Hall. You sound a lot like me. I'm the worst student, honestly. I'm the worst student. And I fully fucking get that, of like, you know, failing a subject kind of killing the vibe, you know? It kind of like, well, fuck, why try? You know, why try? Why care if this is how things are going to go? Who gives a shit? So I fucking get it. No. Online study, you get to determine, you get to decide how you learn, you get to decide your day-to-days and all of that. And it sounds like it sounds to me like we need to grieve that. We need to grieve the failure of the class. We need to grieve that so we can move on and try again and not let it fester within us. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Why can't I just morph into some organized, well-disciplined student? I'm 37 because that's not who you are, babe. You're a mom. You got 2 kids, you got responsibilities. The organized, well-disciplined student is the fresh college student. You know what I'm saying? The one that's on scholarship and shit. Like, you're an adult. You have adult problems. You have an adult life. You've got real world shit to deal with. And everyone learns differently. And everyone's idea of organized and being well disciplined is different. You know what I mean? So to me, being well organized and disciplined is just about being consistent. Being disciplined is about being consistent. So I just post every day. I just make sure I stay on top of my shit. I just make sure that I'm, being honest about my limits and what I can and can't do. Someone in the chat here says, I've been using an app called Finch to help get some good habits and set myself and creating a reading goal every day. And it's the first time in my life I've been able to study every day, and they're 45. An app called Finch, Finch. Thank you, Peaceful Slumber, in the chat on YouTube. Very helpful. So look into that. There's tools. There's things that you can use. But let's see what I've got for you, my friend. Yeah, Two of Swords energy. Logical decisions, babe. Make logical decisions around how you feel. Find the truth of your feelings. Know that you feel defeated. Know that you feel you're at a loss. Know that you feel like, you fucked up and everything, but make a logical decision around it. Do something about it or don't. Entirely up to you. What else? Yeah, King of Cups energy. Babe, you got to give yourself some more fucking grace. You got to give yourself some grace. You got to carry yourself with love and compassion. You didn't fuck up. You just had a slip. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. You failed the subject. Oh, no. Retake it. Who gives a shit? You're a mom. Who knows how many of the other people have, like, other lives? You know what I'm saying? Like, my husband works in entertainment. He's 36, and everyone around him is in their late teens and early fucking 20s. And they're, like, bouncing back and going out late and getting up early and bendy and shit. And he's like, I'm exhausted. I'm like, you're 36, babe. Like, let's be real. Our reality is different than their reality. So don't compare yourself to other people's study habits, and try to carry yourself with love. Try to be more compassionate with yourself, bitch. And then Seven of Cups energy. Yeah, you need to make an emotional decision. Clearly this failure has pushed you into depression, and we need a kind of grief process over it. So yeah, logical decisions need to be made, and you need to carry yourself with love here and make emotional decisions towards what you want. Let's see. In the chat here, Tracy says, as a mom, we need to show our children we can fail and keep getting after it. Ooh, period, Tracy. We're leading by example, bitch. Period. And Isis here says, also talk to your professor. You might be surprised what they can do to help students with children. Are you just doing it all your own? Are you doing it on your own and hoping that, you'll just turn in everything on time? You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to your professor, see what they can do for you, how they can be understanding of people with children and alternative or various different lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? So, honey, you're being way too hard on you. And what you can do is make logical decisions around what you feel, and know that how you feel is true for you, valid, accurate. You should do something about that and try to carry yourself with love. Try to be a bit more compassionate with you. Maybe that just wasn't a subject that you fucked with. Maybe that just wasn't the one that you care about, So something to consider. I don't think I'm a shitty student because I barely graduated from high school. I didn't care about those subjects. In college, I didn't finish because I didn't care about those things. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't care about certain subjects, so I didn't show up. I don't give a fuck. Math? Ew. I took math 3 times. And the professor was like, I'm passing you, so you get out of my class. And I was like, thanks, like, word. And I went to see him, and I went to office hours, and I was like, make it make sense for me. It doesn't make fucking sense. It's like, this is the rule, except if this happens. And I'm like, that's not fucking cool, man. Like, I don't get it. Like, make it make sense. So your interests are your interests, and just, Holly, baby, sweetie, honey, kitten, lighten up. Be easy on you, babe. And let's think about what we're teaching our kids. You know what I mean? Have this moment. You're not doing anything wrong by wallowing and having some drinks and procrastinating. You're reacting emotionally, but clearly it's a sign that you're beaten up by this. So let's make some logical decisions and get back on our feet, slow and steady, one thing at a time. You're never going to be the perfect, well-organized, disciplined student. I don't care how old you are. Everyone's idea of that is different. So you got this, babe. You'll be fine. Yeah. Page of Cups energy. Trust your intuition. Have your good cry and literally, Tracy, have your cry and slay. Get it out. You'll be fine. Thank you for writing in. I hope that helps. Let's see. Good evening. I connect to you so strongly with your vibe and your videos, and I would love a personal reading from you. May I please have some info and pricing? Yeah, all of that's on my website, madamada.com, link in bio. Info and pricing for my readings is all there for you. I think we've got time for one more. Let's see. Oh, that one's really long. Okay. Here we go. I'm working my way through a big change in my work. Just want to know if the things I'm doing are keeping me on the right path. Will I ever find the right man? LOL. You're an inspiration. Snore. Oh my God, Snore. Will I ever find the right man? Grow up. Oh my God. Tracy A. Grow the fuck up. The right thing happens at the right time. You know that. Will you ever? That's up to you, babe. That's entirely up to you. It depends on how you love yourself. The right person for you is going to fluctuate and change because you're changing. So what makes you the right person for someone else, bitch? Think about that. What makes you the right person for someone? What do you have that people should be attracted to? See in you what you want other people to see in you, you know? But let's talk about this work stuff and do a good general for you. Queen of Wands energy. If you've been making moves in silence, if you've been rising to your authority, and if you've been, just showing people by the results, that's Queen of Wands energy. Be passionate, be ferocious, but without permission and on your own. Do it. Just do it. Just get shit done. So that's lovely. As long as you're making moves in silence, that's great. Hermit energy. Some alone time to make sure that you see the work you've done, that you know the work is paying off and you can see it clearly for yourself. And then Seven of Swords energy, honey. Yeah, you're being deceptive. We're being deceptive of ourselves here. We're picking up responsibilities that don't belong to us. We're overdoing it somewhere. I just want to know if the things I'm doing are keeping me on the right path. Yeah, if you quit fucking pushing. You're pushing too hard. Make it simpler. Look back at how far you've come, my friend. Yeah, Ten of Swords energy. You're defeating yourself with self-doubt. And will you ever find the right man? LOL. Yeah, no. Haha. But not if you keep doing this shit. Not if you keep being so doubtful. It sounds to me like you need permission. Like you need permission, or you need fucking approval or something. You need the approval of someone to tell you, a pat on the back, a gold star. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you're doing what's best for you, you're fine. As long as you're making moves in silence, as long as you are spending your alone time constructively. It sounds to me like you need to spend some alone time understanding your shit and looking how far you've come and seeing the truths and the things that you've done already. But Ten of Swords energy is about being defeated by other people in comparison. You're comparing your work to other people's work. You're comparing your love life to other people's love life. Someone has the perfect man to you. I want that. Well, you're never going to have that. That person's taken. So finding what's right for you is dependent entirely on you. So Seven of Swords energy. Don't pick up shit that isn't yours. Don't pick up responsibilities that don't belong to you. Yeah, I'm looking for extra cards just in case there's a lovey-dovey one, but there isn't. Knight of Swords energy. Look before you leap, babe. Think before you speak. Think about what you're asking before you ask it. I just want to make sure the stuff I'm doing is towards the right stuff. It is. You got to look far enough back to see how far you've come. So, Knight of Swords energy. Look before you leap. Excuse me. Think before you speak. Make sure you understand that comparison is going to kill your joy. So don't compare compare your journey to others and things are doing okay, keeping me on the right path. Yeah, they are, but you need some alone time to process it and see how far you've come. You've come a lot further than you think, my friend. But comparison is going to kill it for you, and it's not going to matter if you're on the right path or not if you're going to keep comparing it to other people's. So think about that. Look before you leap, think before you speak. I would start a video diary if I were you and listen to yourself talk so you can poke holes in your bullshit and hear how, desperate you are for approval so that you know you're doing things right, so that you know how desperate you are to find love and all of that, if that is the case. So I feel you. We all want to be loved. We all want to be supported. We all want approval, but we have to stop seeking it in places that we know we're never going to get it. So, yeah. Someone said last week you mentioned a course you do. Is it online? And if so, where do I find the details? Yeah. Excuse me. My course is over Zoom. Yep, it is an online class. Next one is going to take place in October. It is going to be Back to Tarot 101, Back to Tarot Basics. The info on it should be on my website, but for what it's worth, it's 90 minutes online, 90 minutes to 2 hours. It always goes to 2 hours. Let's be real. But it's 90 minutes to 2 hours. It's done over Zoom. They are 12 spots per class to keep it small. And yeah, it's bring a tarot deck and an open mind and a notebook to take some notes. And you end up doing a tarot exercise at the end of it. And yeah, thank you, Isis. I think it's a good time. I think it's fun. I think it's rewarding. You always learn something you didn't know. So, but it's tarot basics and all of that. We're going to talk about decks. We're going to talk about connecting. We're going to talk about all of that, So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I'll be sharing more info on it as we get closer to it. So keep an eye on my socials and stuff like that. Thank you guys for writing in. Thank you for your info. I hope that if you're listening, you got a read that you kind of resonate with or something that makes sense for you. If you were one of the people I read today, thank you for writing in. I hope you understand that all of this is my opinion, my thoughts, my intuition, my intelligence, my experience, and my understanding of the cards. So thank you for writing in. I hope you guys got something out of it. And stay tuned for posting about Horror Nights and going live there and the contest that I'm in for the Face of Horror. And be kind to yourselves, people. It's just life. Nobody makes it out alive anyway. Lighten the fuck up. You're a dot on a marble floating through space. And unclench your jaw. And as always, fuck it up. Lord, after party. That went well, I think. I think I had to be a little harsh today with some people, though. Ooh. The voice is like coming in and out. It's fun. So good. Thank you, Isis. I was like, bitch, the fuck. Yeah. Someone said, did I ever get any submissions about Pokemon stuff? No, not yet. Yeah, some victim energy. We all feel that way, though, too. So, yeah, too, where I'm like, why are people picking on me? And it's like, they're not picking on you. They're trolling, So I feel, yeah. Does anybody have any questions or anything you guys want to know or talk about real quick? I'm going to like do my best tonight at Horror Nights to like jump scare and scream like silently, like, you know what I mean? Like with no noise. I'm going to try to just be like, oh my God, shell gross. Don't do that. Kipling West Halloween Tarot deck. I don't know if I've seen that one. Kipling West Halloween Tarot. Yeah, I have no chill. So I'm gonna, I have no chill. So I'm just gonna scream anyway, probably. Regarding the Pokemon stuff, can we still do it for fun? Is it AI assisted artwork allowed just for fun? Again, yeah, I don't care. Like, Listen, honey, if you wanna submit some fan art, great. I'll share it, post it. I don't care. I'm not a huge fan of AI assisted artwork because I know there's like a taboo around it and stuff like that, but I love fan art. I have a tab on my Instagram. Kipling West Halloween. Oh, I think I have that one. Oh my God. This one. That one. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, it's on my fucking, well, Peaceful Slumber, I think you just determined what my next tarot deck review is going to be. So it looks like this is going to be my next tarot deck review. So you picked it. Thank you. Let's look at it really quick. Oh my God. I hate trying to open boxes with my nails. I don't want to rip the box. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to have Dustin open this for me. I can't open it. I can't open it. I don't want to rip it. Come on. I can't open it. Fuck. I can't open it. Shit. Oh. I got it. Oh, fuck. I got it from the side. Boop. I got it. Oh, fuck. Ooh. That's cute. That's cute. It's giving Disenchanted, you know? It's the High Priestess. The Lovers? Yeah, okay. I mean, it's giving classic monsters. It's giving that, you know? I like that. I like the Lovers. That's the Lovers. I like that. She's like, my word. Like, that's pretty cool. And the cat is on every card. Oh, look at Strength. Look at Strength. That one is fun. The wheel. Death is great. That's death. Transformation. Tending the garden. I like it. The devil. The devil, though. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh my God, fuck them kids. Oh my God, I love this. That's so fucking funny. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh my God. The tower is a cute haunted house. That's fun. Yeah. These are great. I'll do a full review. Cute and spooky. The suits are pumpkins, ghosts, bats, and imps. So imps are wands, bats are swords, ghosts are cups, and pumpkins are pentacles. So thank you, Peaceful Slumber. This will be my next review. I'll do that this week. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing this up. I'm glad I have it. How many decks do I have? I have no idea. It's too many. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go have lunch and get ready for the rest of my day. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Yeah. Right? I like it too. I think it's really fun. I'll be live later, hopefully. We'll see. I'll be live later for personal reads. And I'm going to take some time and rest my voice and have lunch and all of that. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later on. Bye.